How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Part 3, deep dive into PulseChain. Let's go. Let's go. Got a new shirt on, by the way. Got a new shirt, too. Check it out. 10,000X Club. 10,000X Club. How's it going? Who's in the 10,000X Club? This guy. This guy's in it. You can join it, too. Got to believe. Believe real hard. Work hard. Do the work. All that fun stuff. So, debut a new shirt. Talk about it a little bit later. As well in the next stream. Got 2 streams today. Didn't mean to do 2 yesterday. Got rugged, however. Did turn into part 1, part 2, and today part 3. Thinking about doing a part 3 with the group, but then I was like, I don't know. Let's do mega marketing. Let's cover a bunch of stuff on that one too. And so we got a big stream coming up in about an hour and a half, so around 3:30 Eastern time. And I got the deep dive going here. I'm going to do ecosystem myself. I'm going to go over it. We've got a ton of stuff to hit on it. And just to catch everyone up, if you haven't seen part 1 and 2, I recommend you do that. I'll pull it up on the screen. If you just search RHMax PulseChain deep dive, you can see the other 2. I also put them on the onboarding playlist. So check that out. So we got the onboarding playlist on the channel as well. If you go over to RHMax channel, just go to playlists, and you can see a ton of different AI and crypto, yield farming, and hex, and privacy and security. Also, go to realdefi.com. Makes it easy. On the navigation panel, just click onboarding. Got the little boat, got the ship, onboarding. Click that. That'll take you straight to the onboarding playlist that has a bunch of videos and more to come. Got some new producing some new videos to come as well here. So excited for that. Anyways, PulseChain deep dive. On this one, we're going to, by the way, hi chat. Appreciate you all, but I'm going to try to blaze through this one and get as much through it as I can before I take a quick break at the next stream. But get your questions in. If you have any questions on PulseChain, PulseX, the first one we talked about, the origins of PulseChain, PulseX, yield farming, liquidity, a little bit there. And then part 2, we dug into some of a little bit more technical stuff, some of the block explorer, some different pieces around that. And part 3, we are going to go into ecosystem. And I mentioned this yesterday about the stats. If you click navigation stats, that'll take you to the bento.me/pulse hex info. Drop this in the chat. It's got a ton of stuff. Yesterday, also, we talked about pump tires and hex a little bit yesterday as well. We're going to save most of the hex stuff for Hex Week, but just to give you a little bit of introduction. So this gives you a whole bunch of different PulseChain stats, metrics, and resources, and all kinds of fun stuff. Yesterday, we looked at Hex Scout. There's also Dex Screener. I didn't even talk about prices. Not that it's the season for prices yet, but if you want to look at the prices, check out dexscreener.com/PulseChain. That'll give you some of the top ones, and you can sort by volume and transactions and all that fun stuff too. If you want to see different liquidity pools, so if you want to see like Hex WPLS is on there too, but if you could just search, you can find Hex. You can see the different liquidity in the pools, market caps, the amount of volume and stuff too. You can see the icons here. This one shows it's on PulseX, and there's different dexes here too. So this is 9mm. I don't know, does it show a list of PulseChain dexes? That's a good question. I'm able to see a list of dexes on Dex Screener. What if I just type in PulseX? Will it show me PulseX, or would it just come up with a different pairs? Probably different pairs. Chat, let me know if I'm able to like sort by different dexes. I can show you the different dexes too. If you go to, for example, GoPulse.com, go to liquidity. Yeah, we looked at this briefly yesterday. You can see PulseX 9mm, 9-inch, Fux, and a bunch of different ones down here as well for the different dexes. But if you want to look at prices, liquidity pools, I'll show you one. For example, let's look at Inc. This one has $4 million liquidity. Click here. You can see Inc. and it's even liquidity, the market cap, the price, and Pulse. So you can switch between USD and Pulse. So it's $1.60 in Pulse, $1.60 in USD, and you can see the Pulse price as well. So it's listed WPLS 48,536. And if you scroll down, you can see more information about the different pairs and stuff like that. So pair created, you can see when it's created, how long ago it was a new pull, old pull, the amount of ink and the amount of pulse pulled. So you can see on V2, symmetrical liquidity, same amount on each side. And in V3, you can have different amounts. So this one you could see PulseX, and it's on V1. So this is on the V1. This is the burn and earn V1, V2. I talked about that on part 1. So V1 is where the farms are, where all the fees are burned. And V2 is where there are no farms, but you can make fees as liquidity providers. So this is on V1. And you can see the different pulse pair. If you click on this, it'll copy the pair URL. If you want to go look it up, for example, we can take this, copy it, and go to, for example, Midgard, one of the block explorers on PulseChain. Type it in here, go to it. We can see it's a PulseX pair. And we can see how much is, what is in the pair. We can see it's got this much incentive and this much wrap pulse. So pretty cool there. And yeah, it's a PLP token. So yes, it shows ERC20, canonical PRC20 on PulseChain. So pretty cool. And then it's got the different coins here. You can make sure you're looking at the right coin. There's different. If you go here, search for different coins, it's going to pull up different ones that may have similar names. A lot of times you want to look by like what's got the most liquidity or what has the right. This one has the website and logo, but this hard to trust that 100% and stuff too. They have different emojis. People want to click on here. Search on, click the search on Twitter feature too. So if you click search on Twitter, you can search for, cool. Search for contract address. Interesting. So this is going to bring up the ink contract address, which, a lot of times people, especially with smaller coins and stuff, they use the CA contract address. But for ink and stuff where it's premier core coin, a lot of times we just use like the ink ticker. And it's got a little calculator at the bottom as well. So this is how you can look at prices. You can look at the Pulse price, the USD's price, depending on what you're trying to compare it against. And if it has a trade button, where does that go? Does that pull up a little widget to, okay, cool. It's got PulseX integrated. That's cool. So this actually has the PulseX DEX integrated where you can even trade it right from DEX Screener as well. Did not know that. So pretty cool. You can type in 10,000 Pulse and that equals 0.2 ink, 33 cents worth. So pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. So that's DEX Screener. Go Pulse, we showed two. Apphex.win, really cool site. Been around for a while. You can look at the hex charts, PulseChain charts. We'll look at PulseChain. This is PulseChain deep dive. And it's got a bunch of different data here as well. Gas price, gas used, the different validator stuff here as well. Again, 52,000 validator, almost a million, 52,000 validators, 32 million pulse per validator. If you're running native validators, spinning those up. You look at the price chart here, the active wallets. So active wallets number go up almost to 1.5, maybe around 1.4 million. Got to get those daily active wallets up. That's what we really want to see as well. Hopefully get to 100,000 one day. Let's get to 50, 30, 40, 50K, 100,000 PulseChain wallets. Maybe at the maybe 500K PulseChain wallets popping off per day at the peak. We'll see. Got the daily transaction stats here as well. Burned. So there's a net deflationary effect that PulseChain can have too, because it is fee burning. So you see some days, especially this year, there was actually a change in the PLS amount issued versus burned. Actually burned a ton of PLS. And since, I'd like to see what is causing this. Is this pump.tires? Is this other activity? But we can see for a while that it was, we have inflation, right? We have let me pause it here. Come on. Am I just not touching it? There. Okay, yeah, so change, it's to be plus 51 million. And then there's certain days, especially in the beginning, we had a ton, that it was negative, almost 500 million stuff too. And some days here, just drastic drastic changes and pieces going down there too. So hopefully we burn a lot more PLS. That's pretty cool as well. And then PLS supply change, DAI from Ethereum. This measures how much DAI stablecoin from Ethereum coming into PulseChain. Well, people like to look at that as well. It's got top 25 senders. So pretty cool stats for that. We'll look at Hex real quick. My favorite token, hex.com. So you can see the amount staked here, the T-share rate, the USD price payout per T-share as well. It's got the price, it's got the amount of stakers, about 135,000 on PulseChain and about 117,000 on Ethereum. T-share rate go up, payout per T-share go way down recently this year. Inflation reduction by a ton of staking by large entities and P-shares, expiring stakes, all the cool stuff there. So yeah, just give you a quick preview of that. I'll drop this in the chat as well. And let's go over to, so PLS charts, I've talked about that a lot recently as well. Great new PLS website. Let's see, what else? We got the Hex white paper if you're interested in as well. Bunch of different sites. Well watched the OA audit for Hex. Hexmodel.com. Let's see the different validator stuff. So this one, so go Pulse, you can see the different validators all over the world for PulseChain. So we got them in North America, South America, everywhere but Antarctica. Come on, Antarctica. Come on, penguins. Start validating penguins. We need this. We need the penguins to step it up. Step it up. All over Asia, everywhere else. 52,000. Got the APR there. Stake PLS. And by Graffiti, the top validators, are these that big? Because I feel like on PLS charts it's different. So if we go to validators here, it's going to load the data. I'll drop this link there too. Arctic bums. Yes. Come on, penguins. Get together. Reminds me of that the Trump Vance the Zelensky meme when they replaced, because they were like talking about Greenland or something. They replaced Zelensky with a penguin. You have not said thanks, swamp penguin. You have not think to swamp penguin. So funny. So you can see here a bunch of different validators and rankings and all that stuff too. I think this goes by Graffiti because I guess I've talked about this before. I've got a script that doesn't turn on Graffiti. Graffiti is like a message you can put with validators to identify them based on like whatever you want to do or not. And I have it turned off for my script. So it's kind of like, I wonder like how many are running the validator script that I wrote to set their validators that just don't have Graffiti turned on, so you can't really track it with S2. So I'd say there's some amount. I'm not sure how many, but definitely a lot of great work been put up by the community to enable this many people to do validators, do native ones, do delegated staked ones, all that stuff as well. A lot of different products in the ecosystem do that. What else? We got hexstats.com, another great site. You got PulseChain and Ethereum stats for Hex. Ton of great community Hex sites as well as PulseChain sites too. And well, yeah, we got some stake data here as well. I wonder if it shows the stakes. Actually, that's one thing I haven't looked up before. Is could I just see like is this a rolling page of when these stakes started? Like I wonder. So chain PulseChain. Let me change it to Ethereum, see what it shows. 616. Is this the latest stakes? Like, are we seeing, like on the 22nd, was the latest stake 3 days ago? I feel like, I don't know, maybe I just assume there's stakes every day. But interesting. That was a 5-year, around a 5-year stake. Okay, yeah, you can see the days here too. 200 days, 5 days, all that stuff too. I don't know. If it is not, I thought there'd be more stakes per day. What is the stakes per day page? You guys know? Like, is this, yeah, it says all stakes. So it should be showing them. Pretty cool. I discovered this. I came across this new one myself. I haven't looked at this page. So maybe it is. Let's pump those numbers up. Let's get some more. If that is indeed what it's showing. Also, RH video list. Richard Hart, founder, talked about him a little bit yesterday as well. I'll drop this in the chat. this is a ton of different videos on his channel, shorts, Scivive stuff, interviews for other channels and stuff. You want to go back and look at some old videos and get to know what he's about and topics he's covered and haters he's destroyed and the free information, self-help books, all that fun stuff too. Feel free to go check that out. I don't know who made this spreadsheet, but shout out to whoever made it. Did a great job there. Pretty fun. I come across new videos every once in a while, but pretty fun. What else? Hexsearch.io. This is where if you want to look for Richard's videos for, when did he talk about the 14,000x of what PulseChain could do because Ethereum did it or something. Yeah, you can go, this is indexed of all these different video data and transcripts where you can search and go to the video and go to the part where he said particular things like this one, Ethereum did a 14,000x. Actually, I think Bitcoin did 69,000x and all that stuff too. So you can see when he said particular phrases and all this stuff too. So check that out. How many times did he say 10,000x? Hex is up 1,000x. Remember when Hex was up 1,000x? Just take that for a minute, just appreciate. Richard was making videos in 2021. Hex is up 1,000x. And he's talking about free Ethereum fork, PulseChain.com. t.me/PulseChain.com. Whew. Feels amazing. Let's get back to the new good old days. We had the good old days. Let's get back to the new good old days as well. A ton of different resources here. Again, if you're interested, just go through, click them out. If you want to do media and stuff too, did the digital assets one, a ton of different logos. And that have been shared for Hex and PulseChain and all that stuff too. A bunch of like high-res stuff. That's pretty cool. PulseChain digital assets, Google Drive folder. It's pretty awesome. And then what else? We got the Scivive audiobook, narrated by SJ, of course. Check that out if you're interested. The Hex Telegram. I'll go over one more. So this is the public archive of the Hex Telegram room. It says read the full history of creation. You can search messages here and stuff as well. Let's search for 10,000x here. No, 1,000x. No, I see one 10,000x. Okay, now it's pulling up. So yeah, people talking about different stuff. Alex McWhorter, Alex from Hedron. Some Enric says 10,000x return seems too good to be true. That was December 7th. This was 5 days after launch. 5 days after launch. You got people talking about 10,000x. Doesn't matter. I'm making 10,000x returns from Hex, so it's all good. I heard it has potential 10,000x. Now it's easier to go 10,000x. These are a few days after Hex launched late in 2019. And it went on to do 10,000x. That's pretty cool. 10,000x. Whew, love it. That is hex.pub. A little history thing. You can check out and see what people are talking about prior to 10,000x, apparently. Let's do another one. I'll save the hat for the next stream, but I'll show you another piece of swag as well. That's pretty cool. So what else? Community research. Okay, so let's talk about the projects. So Pulse, if you go to Go DeFi and you click projects, so a whole bunch of different resources here. Look at the founder. It's a bunch of vintage videos of Richard, PulseChain faucet, meme stuff, NFT stuff, farming stuff, charts. Check the airdrop to see if you. I guess I should talk about that real quick. So you can check the airdrop here, also on PLS charts as well. Top it in whatever address you want. For example, World Liberty Fi. I think I showed that the other day. Here, just come over here, copy the address, and then go to, just type it in there. It's going to verify, and you can see at the fork in May 2023, whatever coins people are holding, different P copies. I didn't talk much about the P copies as well, but again, all the copies at the fork carried over to PulseChain. Some of them have value, some of them don't have value, some have liquidity, more or less all that stuff. So we'll see how the copy on PulseChain narrative plays out. We still got some interesting time, or got some interesting stuff ahead, and still got time to see how that narrative plays out fully. when PulseChain starts popping off. I think they'll be a lot more interested in it. So should be fun. So right now the address has $45,000 worth of value on the PulseChain. So if we ever see World Liberty Fi bridging over to PulseChain, that could be a pretty amazing day as well. So yeah, AI stuff, staking, again, ton of information about lots of different stuff, validators. If you ever want to be a PulseChain validator, again, there's community scripts, there's guides, there's liquid staking options, there's different people help you set it up, all that stuff. I got 80 videos on PulseChain validators, 30 some AMAs answering every question, everything you could think of that I could think of at the time as well. Even one a couple months ago, how to be a PulseChain validator. A lot of it applies to Ethereum too. So check that out if you're interested. Go over DeFi navigation, click validators. Security, privacy, live streams. So this goes to PulseTube. Okay, now it pops us over to cryptovideos.io. And does it show them live? Yeah, there's Max. Yeah, RHMax is live. Pretty cool. Oh, who else is live now? Is Crispy live? Or oh, okay, PokeX is live. Who else is live? Rolling Cryptos is live. All right. Oh, and it shows like, oh, that's pretty cool. It has a countdown of when they're going live too. Scivive's going live in a couple hours. And what else do you see? One day. That's pretty cool. 12 days. So I guess if you got a scheduled one, it'll put you on there and show when you're going live. Richard, when go live dev? 269 videos. I got to pump that up to 369. 369, let's go. So pretty cool. You can look at different PulseChain people and influencers and all that stuff as well. So this is on PulseChain mode, so you can do all chains. So yeah, shout out to PulseTube. They did an excellent job with this. Sorry, a second. So they did an excellent job doing this as well. So this mixes in, I guess, the bigger influencers too with PulseChain ones. Looks like, yeah, all that stuff too. So all chains, PulseChain, Cardano, your favorite Cardano influencers. These people who mentioned Cardano before. Well, I don't know if Cabana's Crypto talks about Cardano much, but maybe it kind of mixes in some of those people. Sui, who's the Sui influencers? Those that have marked that before. Charles Hodgkins in there. That should be on the Cardano one, I guess. But anyway, Solana, all the different stuff. Supports a bunch of different chains. Pretty cool, pretty amazing. Lets you know about the influencer stuff out there. And last bit. So get your questions in if you have any, because I'm going to go over a few projects. I mean, there's literally 244 projects on PulseChain. Cannot possibly go over a fraction of them here. All right, 10% of them here. But we'll just quickly go over a few. So you got analytics, a ton of different places, stuff for that. Yeah, I didn't go to look into Hex yet. Look into Hex. Amazing Hex site as well to do look at different Hex stuff and beautiful visualizations and all the amazing stuff there. But I want to look at more like PulseChain. So yeah, I talked about Pitius as the aggregator, very popular in the community. You got different dexes, different swapping stuff here as well. You can also look at the PulseChain TVL via Dune. So this is another one. Gives you some information on the bridge, transactions. We talked about using Arkham for that as well before. So check out part 1 or part 2, and I covered that. Looking at Arkham to looking at the bridge resources, the bridge pieces. So what else? DeFi products, again, a ton of different. I'm not going to go through all these, but a ton of different products. Some of the stuff we haven't seen launch yet. Some of them TBD. Some of them have been around for a while. And lots of different DeFi products, and they do all kinds of different stuff on PulseChain. On and off ramps, identity stuff, you got Pulse domains, all that stuff as well. PulseTube content wallets, privacy, community, got to go over DeFi there. Awesome. And Revoke.cash, Hex Scout, GoPulse, got all this stuff here as well. Bridges, different ways to get over to PulseChain. On Go over DeFi, actually, if you go to under Buy Crypto, if you go to PLS, it'll go to pulsecoinlist.com/buy, and they got a ton of different options for how to buy. A lot of them, it looks like they've updated to point to Liberty Swap.finance for bridging from Arbitrum, BSC, all those places too. And some of the stuff you can find on PulseChain.com. This is this is the most extensive list of how to buy PulseChain that I've came across. Ramp now. It still says non-US and Canada, but at least it was loading the other day too. And then where are we at? A ton of different tools and devs and gaming and hex related. Again, a ton of different hex stuff. A lot of hexicans building websites, stuff, community. It's got tokens, NFT projects, memes, a ton of different meme stuff here as well. NFT pieces. So lots and lots of stuff in the community. Lots of stuff we talked about on the show before, or other people have talked about as well. And people are just making amazing stuff for PulseChain, and it's pretty cool. You're just there's just a site for that, or there's a token or a platform, and so much more to come. This is people have been building during the bear market, during the not up only, during the time where everyone's just kind of like, oh, okay, PulseChain, when's the price going up? When's Rich going to come back? When all these different projects launch, and some do well, some don't do well. And we're just kind of I think PulseChain is pretty cool where it has this ability to attract. There's something about it where the people that come here and stay here, participate, I think we have such an appealing message to people. And again, the price is one thing. Yeah, that can onboard a lot of people. Of course, best marketing, green candles, all the stuff. I get it. But in the meantime, I think the strength, we've shown so much strength in PulseChain from being able to still, as a community, go build stuff, go launch stuff, again, stream and inform and educate and talk to people in events and meet up to conferences and all these things, and have these messages. I think will really resonate with people once they do, have a reason to come in because they see the price, or their favorite influencer starts talking about it because they've got a bag of it and they want the price to go up. Or they start, just in general, people, YouTube views go up. There's just people start getting more into crypto and getting an appetite to buy it. Maybe they have more money to buy it stuff too. Hopefully the macro economy and stuff will help with that too. But I think the resonation people have with PulseChain around privacy, around mad gains, hopefully we'll have some green candles to show them, and much more, show them potential of all these pieces that have not went up like everything else has, or haven't just been popping off everywhere. All this pent up energy and reasons to come play on the chain, and again, making it easier to get there. One, it's marketing. People need to know about it to come participate and all that. And two, they need to be able to get there. So we've seen a lot of different onboarding and tools and on-ramps and bridges and cross-chain swaps and a lot of great stuff coming out from that recently as well. Mega marketing push coming up too. It seems like perfect storm to me. I think I really try to not just look at point in time things, but I try to look at in general. I think about what, the founder's thinking, and I think about what we've built and have so far. And I think about the different macro environment, and you could totally make a case 6 months from now, whenever, looking, say we do hit a clear run, boom, get some more 10,000 X's, all that fun stuff. If we do that and look back, I think it'll be obvious. Oh yeah, we definitely were ready for that. We were prepared, or we were right on the cusp of that and just didn't even notice it because just been used to just that not happening for so long. So why not? Why can't we go do some amazing stuff with PulseChain? I think we can. And yeah, let's go. Very excited. All right. Let me go through, not talk to chat. Appreciate you all though. Where do we have any questions? Let's see. Wrap up here in a minute, take a quick break and come back. Zenith's back on the show, everyone. Zenith. You've been asking when Zenith? I've been asking when Zenith. He's back. He's back today. Fox Modder, any leading theory on what RH's electronic devices are? I still think they're like an electronic postcard with a message on it. And I tweeted that recently. I'll talk more about it in the next stream, but I think I'm still leaning towards this battery powered, kind of like cool PulseChain gradient LCD screen with onboarding for blockchain. Like, what is blockchain? Like, kind of like a generic, because I think it's, there's all kinds of different ways to do it, but I think they're trying to go the route of like charities and stuff, right? They're trying to go the route of like education, charities, market it as, hey, this is blockchain. This is like how this stuff works, fundamentals, all that stuff. And of course, it's going to lead to like, oh, and here you go, here's PulseChain. Will it have some money on it? Will it not? I don't know, to get people started, but definitely I wouldn't be surprised leading up to it if we see some kind of launch of a new thing, whether it's just huge Liberty Swap upgrades or centralized exchange listing or something, so that whatever landing page, whatever call to action they go to on the devices gets them to a place where they can easily get into PulseChain, the easiest, most frictionless way possible. So whether it's what we have today, which we can work with, or something new that helps get them there, yeah, I could totally see that. All right, what else? When do we get our ice tasers? I did joke about that. Oh yeah, that's a pretty funny thread to see all the stuff people guessing all the electronic devices. I don't think we're gonna tase anyone to get to the ecosystem. Tase me, bro. Yeah. It reminds me of The Hangover too, when they do the taser scene. Pretty funny. What else? How can we make a deep dive on how much liquidity Hex really has? How much percentage of RHL's work? I mean, you go to what? I feel like Go Pulse is my first instinct of having this. So here you can be like, you can see the market cap and you can see the supply. And if you click include OA, you can see supply go up a lot, except on the ink, of course, on Pulse, Hex, and PulseX. So if you do exclude OA, you can see what, the user available supply, all that. And the liquidity, does this have anything on liquidity? Well, that's just on those. So if you go to just go to PulseX. So click on PulseX. Let's just go to the farm, and we can see some of the bigger, so you can see liquidity in some of the farms. So you're talking about with Hex, PulseX, Pulse. I mean, a lot of this is just like looking up the different pools. And you can do the stick screener too, but this is just, I mean, a lot of times you go here to count the stable coins and you can see the wow, stablecoin liquidity is 4 million in the farms or so. APRs went up. Has more exited from the farms? Interesting, because I feel like the APRs are higher than they used to be, probably because there's maybe less people participating. Oh, I want to see some volatility upside. It could be pretty interesting. So you can kind of count some there. If you go to, if you go to Dex Screener, and just type in Hex, and you can see Hex on PulseChain. You can see liquidity. Yeah, I wonder, is there I know on Ethereum, there's, what is it, Uniswap.info or whatever. But you can see liquidity here, 2.6 million. Also, doesn't it, just on apex.pulse? Let's see. Let's do apex.win/charts. Doesn't it show the Hex liquidity? Okay, so you can see how much Hex is in there at least. So 362 million Hex in the PulseX pools, 400 million Hex on there. Let's do Uniswap. What is it called? I forget. Uniswap.info. What was this called? Pools. Info to Uniswap. And on Ethereum, so if you type in Hex, you can see, go to pools. So you can see in V3, looks like 1 million of Hex USDC TVL. And then here's 661,000 in V2. In ETH Hex, V3 pool, 450K. I'll put this link in the chat in case you want to look at that. So for Hex, it's a good question. Is there just a dashboard? I just can't think of the top of my head. I already show like a dashboard that shows liquidity stats for Pulse. Does Pulse chart show that? Let's see. Okay, yeah, there you go. On PulseCharts.com. The liquidity 400, so almost 500, almost 5 million liquidity for PLS. Almost 9 million for PulseX. And then for Hex, yeah, you can see the liquidity 2.71 million on Hex to PulseChain, almost 500K Hex on Ethereum. So there you go. PLSCharts.com. Great website. You can see liquidity for that. How much liquidity really, so when you say really has, I mean, this is probably just looking at all the different pools, adding them up, giving a number, and how much per supply core tokens. So yeah, between those two, you can see the liquidity here. And then on GoPulse, you can see if you're talking about how much the OA holds, at least you could just toggle this one on and off. So 20 trillion. Yeah, just do the math on that one. See 20 trillion user supply, 142 total, and for each ones. So hopefully that answers your question. Scrolling down. Only 2 live streams today. Come on. I know I didn't mean to do 2 yesterday, but I kind of had to. And then today I'm like, yeah, I'll just do the part 3, and then I'll do the bigger stream a little bit later. Thank you. Appreciate you all in the chat, by the way. I want to wrap up this one quick so I can take a break before the next one. This will be my first bull market having dollar cost average Hex PulseChain. Awesome. Well, Mr. 94 Hairflow, I hope you get the maddest of gains. That is awesome. Always cool to see people in 2025 DCA in the greatest ecosystem on earth. The best coins I'm aware of. PulseChain.com. Pretty cool. Hopefully everyone buying at these, what many consider low prices, will get to later sell at high prices and be very happy with their investment in the PulseChain.com. Pretty amazing. Yes, Fox Monitor is going to be there. Yeah, let me just put this in the chat. RHMax.tv will take you over to the channel. Ask you if you want to sub as well. If you're not already subbed, feel free. And if you go to live streams, and if you subscribe and hit the bell and all this stuff, you'll be notified when things are happening. Look at this. Look at this thumbnail though. Pretty cool, right? Did some marketing thumbnails. Come by in less than an hour for this one. Be pretty good. Pretty good stream. I'm excited for it. All right. What's the better, safer on-ramp, says Marv. Better, safer on-ramp. Quite a few options. I covered some of this on part 1. But we'll just go to, if you're like better, safer, PulseChain.com, the official website, lists some options here. So ready to get started, buy with bank account. So you can use 0x Coast or Ramp Now. So 2 options for buying with a bank account. And then you also have bridges. So if you have bridges or things that communicate with bridges to get over to PulseChain, you can swap for whatever tokens you want once you have PLS. And then you can launch tokens and stuff on pub.tires. And then if you have Hex, you can go mine more Hex. So you click this button. If you're not already on PulseChain, by the way, click that button. Should prompt your MetaMask or whatever wallet you have to switch to PulseChain network without having to manually enter RPC stuff. So don't forget that button's there. Pretty cool. And then once you have a wallet, once you have internet money, MetaMask, Brave, whatever, to get it, again, you can use 0x Coast, Ramp Now for bank to crypto stuff. And then there's also the bridge. So once you have crypto, so the classic example is, I've got ETH on Coinbase. Once you have your DeFi wallet set up, once you have internet money, MetaMask, whatever set up, then you can take that ETH, put it in your wallet there, and then you connect to PulseChain, and then use the bridge to then bridge the ETH or whatever it is over to PulseChain, and then you can you can trade to get Pulse or whatever else too. So I covered on the first part 1 and 2 a little bit too about the other options you have. There's videos of people using So this one, if you have money on Base or BSC, Arbitrum, other places like that, this is where on Liberty Swap .finance, you can take that take it over to PulseChain. There's also ZKP2P, ZKP2P.xyz. On-ramp USD in 60 seconds. Buy crypto directly from your peers using any payment network. So this one, you can do Venmo, Cash App. So I think you do have to have a wallet that has a little bit of Ethernet for transactions. But this one, you can use these different apps to then get money onto a wallet. And then from that wallet, use Liberty Swap, for example. Okay, I've got it on my base network. I'm going from Venmo or Cash App, and I want to get onto Base, for example, Base or Ethereum or Solana, whatever. Once you have it there in that wallet, then you can use, I guess not Solana on for Liberty Swap, but the other one's Base, RHMax, all that stuff. Then you can go take that and bridge it onto or swap it on the PulseChain, which is what Liberty Swap lets you do. So put that in the chat as well. Yeah, a ton of different places and stores and media and what else? Fox Motors talking about PulseChain store. This PulseChain store, what was the other? Is that where the t-shirts and stuff happen to? Let me just type in PulseChain shirts. I'm curious what it says. Like, where does it direct me? I mean, Amazon PulseChain store. Okay, it talks about PulseChain store as well. Different places. Hexmerch.com. Yeah, there's also Hex merch. So yeah, PulseChain store's got a bunch of amazing stuff as well. Jewelry, t-shirts, very, very cool. Love all the PulseChain swag. And then hexmerch.com as well. Wow, they actually sell the designer waterproof trout. Wow, they sell. Oh man, these are some pretty cool bags. That's pretty. I didn't know they had the bags. That's cool. I like that. I like that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, everyone. Like that's your PulseChain deep dive. That's your like covered a lot of different stuff. Community, PulseChain, PulseX, how to buy it, liquidity provide, all that fun stuff. Again, go to gorealdefi.com. Put a link in the chat. gorealdefi.com. That's going to have your links to navigation, all kinds of different videos, and how to do all kinds of different stuff. 500 plus streams, clipped a ton of stuff, got a lot of resources, know a lot of people doing a lot of amazing stuff in the community. And they're out here to, whatever you want to do on PulseChain. There's a community, probably whatever you're interested in, memes, NFTs, DeFi, privacy, like whatever it is, hopefully more privacy stuff coming. There's something for you on the PulseChain.com. And hopefully the price go up a lot, and we'll be doing some 10,000x club stuff. Yay. Let's do 10,000x. Should be fun. All right, everyone. That's all I got for you until another 45 minutes or so. See you soon. Come back. I dropped a link in the chat. And that is PulseChain Deep Dive Part 3. Scivive 5555. See you soon.